Hello and welcome to another episode of the Industry Leaders Podcast. Today's guest is Philip Lynch.
I don't want to fit in. I want to stick out because what's the point of fitting in?
Phil runs a top-rated roofing company in Arizona. He went from working at Walmart to being a general handyman to then growing a multi-million-dollar business from scratch in just a handful of years.
I didn't know what I was capable of achieving. I didn't believe in myself enough. We had the right people, the right systems. I was just scared to let everybody down. I had families I had to provide for. And then after that day that I had that battle with myself, I came back to the office. I was like, screw this. I was like, we're going balls to the wall. I was like, we're gonna go big or go home. Yeah, we did $4.5 million that year.
Expect to learn about the mindset it takes to break through as a successful business owner, how to overcome fear, and the best ways to stand out in your business in today's world. All of that and more in today's episode.
So if someone wanted to build $1 million business, what are the top 3 skills you think they'd have to master?
If you can do those 3 things, you'll succeed in anything.
Thank you for being here, man. I wanted to start this off, so we were just talking about the core values that you have. The one that stuck out to me was relentless improvement.
Yep.
So that stuck out to me. I mean, why did you put that on there? And I guess what does that mean to you and your company?
I think as a company, you constantly have to find issues within your company because you're always going to find something. There's always going to be better systems, better processes on how to do every task within the business. And I think if you zone in on that and you continue that, then you're always going to be improving your business, which makes better profits, happy customers, happier employees, better all over a better company. So that's why we really zone in on that one.
Take us back to the beginning. How did this get started? What did you do before? Who's Phil?
Oh, this is a fun one. So, Walmart.
Really?
Yep. I didn't know how to do anything.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad was an aviation inspector, so didn't learn anything from him. So I was working at Walmart, hated my life. I really always admired the construction industry, loved the tools, trucks, all that stuff. So started teaching myself everything on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, so I quit my job at Walmart, bought a couple tools. I sold my Xbox and my mountain bike, and I bought my first drill set at Home Depot.
What age were you at that time?
17 or 18.
Okay, you were still young then.
Oh yeah, super young. So didn't have any money, started doing handyman stuff, and eventually got into painting. I wanted to get into painting, but nobody would hire me, so I actually gave away a free paint job. I told the homeowner, I was like, you buy the paint, I'll paint it for free. And I'm still friends with, it's Gabe Navarra,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was my first exterior paint job that I did.
You painted that for free?
I painted it for free.
Okay, even just there, what was the importance of that? Why were you willing to do that? Because someone like me, or maybe a lot of people starting out, they're like, no, I want to charge full price, right? Even if you don't have the skills yet. Why did you do that? Did you know to do that?
I had no experience. None. I borrowed a paint sprayer from a friend, watched some YouTube videos, had him pay for the paint, and I did it, and it came out awesome. And he was happy. And then after that, I started getting recommended for paint jobs, and we painted hundreds of homes within those years.
So you were a painter first?
Painter first, and then we started doing remodeling. Tons of remodeling, bathroom remodels, flooring, basically.
Who's teaching how to do this stuff though?
YouTube.
Wow.
I learned everything. YouTube University, dude.
Wow.
It's crazy. So roofing, painting, flooring, remodeling, trial and error. Obviously I wasn't the best at it when I first got started, but I made it work and I learned a lot. Now I basically know how to do everything. But basically, yeah, we just started, I would learn something else, do that, learn something else, do that, and we just kept going. And here we are.
So once you started that, and then when did you decide you wanted to head into the roofing industry?
Well, yeah, it was just another thing, right? So I was kind of doing anything I can get my hands on to make money.
Yeah.
So we were doing painting, we were doing remodeling, and we were doing roofing. So our name used to be Lynch Construction because we did a wide variety of trades.
You just niched down on just one thing?
I wanted to perfect one.
So you had mentioned that you've really only taken this serious for the past 4 years, is that correct?
Yep, so we had the business. I wasn't running it that great. I had no idea how to run a business at all. We were doing like $400,000 a year in sales, so very minimal. I was running everything myself. I was half-assing everything because you can only do so much. I wasn't delegating any tasks. COVID hit. I got super sick. And then obviously I have MS, so sickness amplifies. It gets pretty bad. Business shut down. I was out of money. My credit cards were maxed out. I spent 2 days in the hospital. I was out for a month because of the COVID. And then, yeah, I basically quit. I was actually going to go get my real estate license.
Really?
Yeah, I started doing real estate school online. And I just, no offense, I hated it. I just wasn't for me. And then at that time, I met my wife now, Olivier. And she was an EA, an executive assistant for a bunch of entrepreneurs in LA. So she obviously knows the systems and the processes and all this stuff. And she was like, hey, like, I see that you hate this real estate thing. She's like, why don't we do your business again, but we do it right? Like, we fix everything that's wrong. And I was like, I'm down. I had equity in my house because COVID, the house's prices shot up. Sold my house, paid off all my debt, and we started the business from scratch 4 years ago.
Wow. You were willing to bet it all.
Mm-hmm.
So you were kind of on and off. So, and in 4 years, you went from, were you still doing handyman at that time, or did you say, okay, I'm just going all in on roofing?
No, we went in, we got rid of, when we first started the business back up 4 years ago, we got rid of the remodeling. Got rid of it entirely. We're like, hey, there's just no money in this. It's too tedious. It takes too long. Let's just do painting and roofing. So we did that for a couple years. And I was like, hey, I really enjoy roofing. Like, let's just solidify the roofing process and just be the best roofing company there is.
What about the roofing part that you enjoy?
Honestly, not having to go into people's homes.
Okay.
And just the simplicity of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, tear it off, put it back. You don't have to worry about getting overspray on somebody's cars or having them move their cars out of the driveway. And the whole process from start to finish with roofing is just easier because you're not bothering the homeowner. You don't have to go inside. They don't have to be home. You get up on your roof, do what you got to do, and then get paid and get gone. On to the next.
And you went from like handyman, you would do any jobs that you could and make money. What helped you go from that to kind of like not being all in to one of the best roofing companies in Arizona? Like, what have you had to go through to kind of get there, like shifts that you made in your business?
Everything. We're still changing things 4 years later. Like, we're still implementing things, finding solutions to problems. I have gone through every struggle an entrepreneur ever goes through. But, not having enough money, not having the knowledge, not having any of it. So it's been a battle.
What was the biggest one that you remember off the top of your head that just kind of hits you?
Battle?
Yeah.
Fear. 1000% fear.
How did you get over it?
I had a breakdown that one day at the event, like I was telling you guys earlier, and it was just a battle with myself. My mindset, I had such a closed mindset, such a small person I was, mentally. I didn't know what I was capable of achieving. I didn't believe in myself enough. Even though we set up everything that we had the right people, the right systems, I was just scared to let everybody down. I had families I had to provide for. And then after that day that I had that battle with myself, I came back to the office and I was excited. I was pumped. I was like, screw this. I was like, we're going balls to the wall. I was like, we're going to go big or go home. And then, we did $4.5 million that year.
Well, that was last year, right?
That was last year. So we've doubled sales every single year since we started 4 years ago.
So talk about the roofing industry. You could have gone HVAC, you could have gone plumbing, but you decided to go roofing. Mm-hmm. What do you think separates your roofing company above every other roofing here in Arizona?
My team. 1000%. Nobody has the structure that we do. So the way that we built this company is it's best for everybody, especially the homeowner. We have our office manager, we have our receptionist, we have our general manager, sales manager. Each project gets a dedicated project manager. So it just we streamline the whole thing, and then Maribel does, the invoices, the AR, and no other roofing company in Tucson has that. They don't have the team, they don't have the structure. We have solidified everything.
How did you know to do this though? Because you were just YouTube. Was it YouTube?
I mean, YouTube taught me the trades, right? My wife showed me the way of systems and processes and structure. She had the org chart, everything else. I didn't know any of that stuff. So she gets credit on that one.
That's awesome.
Speaking of the trades and home service companies, do you think in today's world that's the best company to start?
Trades is a great company to start now because nowadays everybody just wants to be a TikToker and a YouTuber and all that stuff. So it's more options for us, right? The guys that want to actually get our hands dirty. So I definitely think the trades are going to be more popular, or not less popular, but definitely they're more important.
Yeah.
They're going to become less and less guys that are actually doing those kind of jobs.
And we were just talking about, it seems like you could throw a rock and hit someone with like a broken down trailer, old van and stuff that's like, hey, I'll do a job for you. But what do you think most business owners are not doing that maybe you are doing that allows you to see this kind of success?
They do not invest in their company. They don't reinvest in their company, right? So we poured so much money back into the company that we've made over the years to constantly improve it. Constantly. So we have brand new trucks. The homeowners don't have to worry about us calling and saying, hey, we got a flat tire, blown engine, whatever the case may be. And then they just never show up to the
Is that
job.
pretty common?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
All day long. All day long.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So I know one of the biggest things, like you can see it in your whole facility, is brand.
Yeah.
Like you see it everywhere. You see it on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, when you're driving down here in Tucson. Like, how important is brand?
It's everything. It's everything. So we have our name everywhere we possibly can. Our shirts, our trucks, water bottles,
Yeah.
anything, man, anything. So brand is, and once you get big enough, you become a name brand. So Lynch Roofing has become a name brand of Tucson. We are one of the roofers here. We own the territory, and that's because we've branded properly.
What do you think? I think for you, it's like you've done so much volume that it's like it'll be what does Moses say? It'd be
Like volume negates luck.
Yeah,
or
like you've just done so much volume your whole life with branding that you take it to the next level. How do you go more towards the organic route or the paid route for your industry?
Both. Our number one lead source is Google, 1000%. After that, it is referrals. So we get referred a lot, which obviously happy customers talk.
Yeah.
And our third one, our trucks.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We have 15 wrap trucks on the road at all time, and we get calls constantly off of those. So that is our number 3 lead source.
So it was definitely worth the investment for it.
Oh yeah, I mean each truck wrap's about $3,600. Completely worth it.
I was going to ask a question about as far as you wrapped the limo. You talk to me about that.
The limo. You want to start from the beginning?
Yeah, go over it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, wanted to brand differently than everybody else has in Tucson. Didn't want to get a billboard or anything like that. I wanted to stick out. I actually studied guerrilla marketing.
Guerrilla marketing.
Guerrilla marketing is basically you just do crazy shit to stick out. Like I don't want to fit in. I want to stick out because what's the point of fitting in? So I was thinking really, really hard of how I can do that. And in the middle of the night at 11 o'clock at night, put my head down and thought of a limo. And the next day we drove to Phoenix and bought one.
What do you think was your first important hire in your industry?
My office manager.
And what was he or she in charge of doing?
All the tasks that I didn't want to do. So I think one of the best things an entrepreneur can do is delegate. Delegate is so important in my business because, like I said earlier, when I was running the business, several years ago, I wasn't doing anything properly. I was half-assing everything because it was just so much for one person to do. I was doing the billing, the invoicing, the estimates, swinging the hammer. It was too much.
You were doing all that?
I was doing all of it, which means
wow.
I was not doing any of it well.
Yeah.
It was terrible. So delegating specific tasks to specific people within your company and make sure that every one of those tasks is done 100% and done 100% well.
So your wife, you mentioned she was like a big factor in helping you scale this and do this the right way. Like, how did you know how to hire the person for the office manager?
We hired all of our friends.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
all of our friends and family.
Are they still here to this day as well?
Oh yeah. No, our employee retention rate is like 100%.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I mean, besides like the roofers and guys,
Yeah.
but like management wise, Jose, high school, Clayton, high school, best buds with both of them. Ale, she's a family friend. Maribel is actually my wife's aunt, and yeah, we just hire our family and friends.
That's amazing.
How do you keep the culture just here, like just like that driven, that committed, that loyal?
I think what we do as a company is obviously we really appreciate our employees.
Mm-hmm.
We also give them all the tools necessary to make their jobs as easy as possible. So we want them to make as much money as they possibly can, and we give them all the tools to do so. And not only that, we have, it's the camaraderie within the company. We have Thanksgiving here, obviously not on Thanksgiving, but like on a different day.
Yeah.
And we do Christmas stuff, we do events together. We got to go to Clayton's wedding on Saturday. We're a family, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen you cooking for your employees and stuff like that. I think I've seen that on social media.
Yeah, every birthday or something, like we have cake and like we all sing to each other, and then we got carne asada on the grill out back. And
That's awesome, man.
I just wanted to have that company that everybody wants to work for, and the people that work here are super proud to be here.
So on the topic of starting out, I'm going to ask this because I know you're qualified to answer it. Like we were talking about, you're on route to hitting 8 million this year in business. And over like 4 years, that seems like nothing. I mean, you kind of underplayed, like, I only was making 400, we only did 400,000 in revenue. Like, there's not many people that do that. Mm-hmm. But I want to ask you, if everything went away, like you were starting from zero, no one knew who your brand, anything like that, going back to who you were, maybe when you were like in your 20s, how would you, if you wanted to make like $100,000 in 6 months, what would you do? Like starting from zero, how would you start from scratch?
Sales. Focus on sales. Sales is the easiest way to make money and the fastest way, in my opinion.
So pertaining to your industry, how would you do that? Door knocking, cold calling?
I would do exactly what I did with this company. I would just do it better because now I have the knowledge. But if I had to go back and I didn't know anything, honestly, HVAC is a really good business to be into. But I love roofing, so.
A lot of people would probably be hesitant because I would personally think, like, I don't know much about roofing. I couldn't do it alone. I don't know HVAC that well. Like, did it help you that you knew it, or were you like, man, I should have started a lot earlier, just expanding and letting my team do it? Like, did you wish that you got out of the labor side of things sooner?
Yes. And that all came with mindset, right? Because I was so small-minded, I was like, oh, I can't afford an office manager. I can't do this. I can't do that. But in real time, I should have done it already. So it was just my small mind kind of restricting me to become bigger.
So you've talked a lot about mindset, like, and it's kind of a broader question, but like, how have you developed your mindset? How have you kind of pushed yourself to just go past those roadblocks? Like, what have you done? Who have you hired? What have you read?
Have you ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of that mindset, right? It's just like, hey, like this poor dad can't do anything. He's not gonna do anything because his mindset's too small.
Yeah.
And then you have the rich dad. He's like, no, the world is a sea of opportunities. Go get it. And so that helped me on that one. So I like that book.
Were you always this disciplined? Were you always just like wired this way? Like your upbringing? Like,
so I was terrible in school. D student all day long. Like I was constantly getting suspended, I hated school, hated it. I hated authority, hated all that stuff. So I was always a loner, I guess you can say, or like always wanted to do my own thing. So that obviously helped me become an entrepreneur because I didn't want to work for anybody.
Like, did you could just tell, like, your mindset is just different. Like, who was, like, what mentors did you have? Was it your father? Was it your mother? Was it an aunt? Like, to help you get wired this way?
Nothing.
It's just the world.
Came right in here. right in here. I didn't have anybody to push me. I had, honestly, what motivates me the most is obviously my kids and my wife, for sure. Like, I just want to give them the world. And that's what helped me overcome my fear of, growing the business or not growing the business. It's like, no, like, do I want to be an old man and have all these regrets and wish I did that stuff? And like, how are my kids going to talk about me?
Yeah.
Is my wife going to be proud of me? Like that was huge motivating factors for me in growing the business. And now I see our potential and I believe in our team and our company so much. I'm like, dude, the sky's the limit.
What's the vision?
30 million a year. 2 locations, one in Tucson, one in Phoenix, and we'll see what happens after that.
You're running the same play that you ran in Tucson, but in a bigger market in Phoenix.
Phoenix is 3 times the size of Tucson, so there's a hell of a lot more opportunity up there. Obviously that comes with more competition, but hey, get out the way.
The mindset is just different.
Do you feel like you have to expand in any way, or is it going to be like, will you stick with roofing? Will you just double down on that?
Yeah, so we're gonna just stick with roofing. That's what we're good at. We've solidified all the processes and all the systems, my team. It's just, we're just gonna grow it. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That seems unreal. Like do you know the statistics? I hope I'm not just pulling this out of my butt, but like 10% of businesses there's a less than 10% that never go past $1 million in revenue. I don't know if it's 1 or 10, something like that.
Yep.
Do you think, looking back on it, is that kind of like, does that shock you that you were able to get to like 4 million in less than, what was it, 4 years?
4 years,
Yeah. Is that like surprising to you right now, looking back on it?
Yes and no. It's kind of funny because like now, like I'm just accustomed to it. Like it's just my usual day. Like I see 8 million on that board and I'm just, not to sound conceited or anything, it's just it's my new normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then, if you would have told me like I was going to do 8 million in a year, I would have told you like, get out of here. Like,
Well, you probably have to think that way so you can expand to that, because a lot of people would think if I could just hit 100,000 a year, like that's perfect. You know, I'd be set. But
people just, it's all mindset. All mindset. You can literally do whatever you put your mind to, as long as you do it 110%, you give it your all, and you're educated on what you're doing. It's all mindset.
At this point in time, you don't really have to be involved in the business
as much, right?
No, I'm strictly just growth, and I help out with efficiency and stuff like that. You know, no, I come to the office twice a week.
You think the goal would ever be just to build to sell?
Yes, obviously we've already been approached by a couple private equity companies.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the goal.
How hard is it? Just like curious, how hard is it to sell a roofing company when it's attached like your name?
Does that matter?
They didn't bring up anything when I spoke to them. Not too sure. Obviously, you know, it's my last name. It's not like, you know, a generic roofing name. So I don't know if that is really going to make a difference or not. It's a family-owned company. I hope not.
It's so crazy that you started off as just from Walmart, being a painter, to roofing, and now you're here. Like, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about leadership throughout the whole, like from 17 to, how old are you now?
I'm 31.
To 31 years old. Like, what's like the biggest lesson you learned about leadership?
I think it's just teamwork. It's just, as a leader, you constantly have to be appreciating your team and helping them grow, and knowing that I'm not always right, and just supplying them with whatever they need to do the job right. Like, why wouldn't you as an owner? If you have 10 employees underneath of you, don't you want to give them every single tool necessary to do the job properly and do it well? Because that's what a lot of other companies don't do.
Why don't they do it?
Because it costs money, or they just don't know how. They lack the education, or they lack the will or the ambition. Maybe those guys that are doing $500,000 a year are fine doing $500,000 a year.
It feels like, specifically like for the trades industry, like they're hard workers.
They're hard workers, but that's where the phrase "work smarter, not harder."
Yeah.
They don't understand what that means. I found I used to work harder, not smarter, and then I flipped it, and this is what came of that. So I think, yeah, a lot of guys in the trades, they just don't know where to start on how to work smarter.
Which is, in your case, was hiring that first office manager.
Well, yeah, obviously I married the right woman too to help me. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, the wife was definitely a huge part. I wouldn't have any of this without her. Let's just say that. She was huge in this whole thing.
it seems like you're reading a lot. Like, you're a wealth of knowledge. What are some books that you'd recommend, or is there any book that stands out to you that has helped you in business?
Dude, I don't read a lot.
No?
Nope.
Oh, you fooled me.
Nope.
Yeah, you-
I try to read, but I have like, I don't know if I have like ADHD or what. My eyes bounce off around the words. They just bounce. I skim, I skip. I don't mean to do it. I just have a hard time concentrating. So I do like watching videos. So if I have a question, I go to YouTube, I figure it out. I do read, but not like full-on books. I think Rich Dad Poor Dad was like the only book I've ever really like finished from start to finish.
That's all you need.
I'm gonna get into like the really nitty-gritty of the question. So when you had hired your office manager, what did you delegate to her, and then at what point what were you doing then?
It was everything that we were trying to implement in the business.
Which was what?
I mean, it was all odds and ends. It was, setting up our phones with Verizon. It was setting up our insurances, the W-2s, setting, filing systems, and it's literally all the odds and ends in a office setting. She was handling.
And then at that point, were you responsible? How are you getting business then? Were you still doing organic ads, paid ads, door knocking, calling phones, networking?
Networking and paid ads.
And then she would answer those calls.
Yeah, we hired Danny actually I think earlier this year. So we only had Ale, and she was doing the admin stuff as well as answering the phones and setting appointments.
And that's when you would go and close them.
Yeah, I mean I used to be the sales guy.
So what do you think like the biggest thing, like sales? I love sales. You love sales. Obviously, you said. What do you think is more important, sales or marketing?
You can't have one without the other.
If you had to pick to be the best at one, which one would you pick?
Sales.
Sales. Why is that?
Money talks, bullshit walks.
So when you're walking to these appointments with your clients, like how are you educating them, or are you just kind of just going straight into the debate? Like what are you doing to give like the best client experience?
Oh yeah, no, we educate them completely. We have a whole entire sales folder. We have it's called the Meet the Team flyer, and it's everybody's picture with their phone number, email, and position. And every single homeowner gets that. So that way they know who they're working with, how to contact them. It's full of product knowledge on what we're doing with that roof, financing options. We load the customer with knowledge.
That's the biggest. I'm pretty sure like every roofer that goes out there, they take the bid, they talk to them, go back home, do the bid, then call them, try to close. By that time,
we hear it all the time. Like other companies won't send the bid till 3 days later, or if at all. Sometimes customers will be like, yeah, I contacted 2 other companies and I haven't even gotten the quote yet. So where we give the estimate on the spot.
What's the how much just implementing that just kind of just boosted up your sales?
Oh, I would say at least by 50%.
That's crazy.
At least, probably more than that, because we give our estimates on the spot every single job.
You think every service-based company should be doing that right now?
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your best chance of impressing that client is at their kitchen table. 1000%.
Do you feel like there's a lot of competition with that, or do you think a lot of companies just are not doing it right?
No. We have our iPads, we have our templates, our systems. Everything is legit. It's professional, and we're competing with guys that have paper estimates that can't even spell warranty correctly.
That's what sets you guys apart. I think it's like it sounds like it's so easy. I don't mean this disrespectful. Like you separate yourself that much by just doing the basic things, like the best out of all the companies.
Yeah.
And that just boosted up your sales. As far as going down the market round, back again, I want to go to it. The paid ads. You think you were going more Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google? Like, what do you think gets you the best ROI for your
Google.
company?
Google, 1000%. Google hands down over anything. Facebook is great for brand recognition. It gets in front of everybody. But as far as, Google, that's where people search. Like whenever you need something, where do you go?
I use ChatGPT and Google too as well.
Whoa. Well, that's another thing we can talk about.
Let's do it.
We already started ChatGPT.
In what way?
Yeah, how do you start ChatGPT?
You can make an account and you can add prompts. They're called prompts. So you as a company are adding information to ChatGPT. So we added multiple questions on there that homeowners would ask, and we've given them the answers.
Walk me through that again. I'm a little bit slow.
So if you go there,
ChatGPT, right?
ChatGPT, you
Yeah.
make an account,
Yeah.
they make you jump through a bunch of hoops.
Yeah.
That's what Ally is for. I didn't do it. But basically, it has like, I don't know, 5 or 10, you ask like 5 or 10 questions that a homeowner would ask ChatGPT. Like, hey, how much does a roof cost in Tucson? How much is this roof? What do I do if this roof happens? Blah, blah. And then we give the answers as a company. And then we upload that to ChatGPT. Now when somebody in Tucson asks that one of those questions that we put, one of our answers is going to show up.
Does that, because that just gets you ranked higher above all the other companies here in Tucson?
But they're only going to get on ChatGPT if ChatGPT finds something to like trigger them to get on there.
Yeah.
We're actually on there. And no other, see, you guys didn't even know about it. We've already gotten numerous leads from ChatGPT.
Really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And the closing ratio, I think, is 50% on those right now.
Really?
And they're free. It's free leads. So basically what I'm saying is nobody around me that I've heard of has started doing this. They haven't dipped their toes into the world of AI. And we also have AI answering our phones after hours and setting appointments. No other company does that.
That's crazy. Like, who taught you all this?
No, we just find it. I'm constantly looking for ways to see relentless improvement.
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking for ways to improve the company. Because I would see, like, we would get phone calls after hours. Nobody's here. I tried hiring girls to answer the phone on the weekends. Well, she kept calling in. So I'm like, what's the point of having a girl that on the weekend answering the phones if she ain't going to be here?
Yeah.
$1,000 I pay a month. We have a system, AI, that logs. We give it information. We give her
You
access.
train it?
We train it. We give it access to our calendar. Now, if you call us on Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, she's going to schedule your appointment.
Wow.
So as far as like relentless improvement, like how did you figure that out? Like to do that part? Like was there like another roofing company in Phoenix that was doing it? Like in Colorado? Just
All self-made.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is super valuable, and it's like, I'm assuming when you were just doing a lot of the work yourself, you probably, I mean, this is like so far out advanced probably from where you were then. Has anything surprised you at this size of your business? Like, are there any specific challenges that you're like, I didn't see that coming? Or things that you deal with now that you didn't deal with 5 years ago?
No, it's easier now. Everything's easier now. Because the bigger you get, the more money you have. The more money you have, problems become easier to solve. So when you're a small guy and you come across a problem, it's very hard to afford to fix it or find a solution or find an alternative. Things cost money. Everything costs money. Nothing's free. So as you get bigger, we make more money. It just becomes easier. Obviously, there's more risk, right? You know, I have $1 million in debt with trucks and whatever else we have. But yeah, it just becomes easier to solve problems.
You had mentioned. Actually, I'll ask that question another time. You're a business expert. Like I see you as like a true business expert. Like your skill set, your knowledge can be implemented into any other industry. So if someone wanted to build $1 million business, what are the top 3 skills you think they'd have to master to build that?
Communication, first and foremost.
Okay.
Leadership.
Okay.
And implementation.
Say that one more time, please. I try to process this.
Communication,
Yeah.
leadership, and implementation. Or delegation. Let's say a delegation. Delegation is, I live by that. So communication, leadership, delegation. If you can do those 3 things, you'll succeed in anything. Any business that you want to do.
It seems like you're in a good spot right now. So someone that maybe is watching that wants a good lifestyle business, do you feel like there's a size of team or some like a place in business where you're like, that's an ideal spot to be? Like, you're just looking to scale and get bigger and bigger? Is there a spot where you think you'd recommend other people, like, hey, get to this point and you can have a good lifestyle business?
I mean, I have a great life right now. I mean, I don't have to come to work unless I want to. My wife's a stay-at-home wife. We have a beautiful house, you know, nice new cars. I don't have to worry about bills. So, I mean, if I wanted to chill for the rest of my life, I can stay exactly where I'm at. But I've unlocked my mindset to where I'm not content with what we have currently.
And why is that, I guess? Or I know we kind of touched on it, but what's motivating you to want to go more and do more?
Because I know I'm capable of more. I know my team is capable of more. And if you're capable of it and you can achieve it and do it, why wouldn't you?
That's inspiring, man. You've taught yourself everything. Talk to us about now you're in this position. Sure, you're getting coaching. Like who are you kind of pursuing to get coached by? Like how does that look like right now?
I'm not necessarily looking to get coached by anybody. I just want to be surrounded by like-minded people. I want to be surrounded by entrepreneurs. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I just want to learn from others, not a specific person. It's just more of everybody. I just want to be surrounded by it.
So you'll hit 8 million this year.
At least, yeah.
What do you think you'll have to learn to get from 8 to 30?
I don't think I necessarily have to learn anything else. Then I'm not trying to sound conceited. That sounds total. That sounds bad. I'm sure I have to learn more. I'm constantly trying to. Continuous education is very important to me, so I am trying to constantly learn more. But I think as a business, we've already established everything that we need to establish. It's literally just capital. So that's the only thing that holds us back. So we don't have investors. We don't have, stupid amount of money in the bank. So expanding to Phoenix it's tough. It's slow because we're not bringing on investors and stuff.
So you want to kind of you're trying to build this up more to build more capital to dump over there.
Yep. And we've been nonstop reinvesting since we started 4 years ago. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just reinvesting. I give my team the nicest trucks, the nicest computers, the nicest, everything. Shit, our drones are $2,000 a piece. And we have several of them.
I had a good question. Gosh dang it, I forgot it.
That's just so cool. Well, yeah, do you have it?
Go.
I was just gonna say that's like so cool to see how quick that. I mean, that's just cool. What comes to my mind is like how fast this might happen. Maybe it doesn't feel like that to you, but if you were to go back to who you were when you were like working at Walmart or just starting to do the handyman stuff, what kind of advice might you give to yourself or that person that is just starting out, maybe in home services or in the trades? Like, what would you tell yourself, knowing what you know now?
Figure out what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are and fix them, work on them. But most importantly, if you're going to start out fresh, you need to start out with a structure. And then you need to create systems and processes for everything. And if you do that, you'll be fine.
Wow.
And obviously unlock your mindset, because everybody I know has such a small mindset.
How do you unlock it though?
It's just an internal battle you have to have with yourself. And it's not an easy one at all.
Like,
I literally cried.
I know, but like you had mentioned you broke down. I guess I'm more practical, like into self. I'm asking this question selfishly. Like, what do you mean by that, truly?
It's just a hurdle in your head, right? It's like, hey, I know what I need to do to get to that next step, but I'm so stuck here because of fear.
yeah.
I'm so worried about letting the people I love down, the people that work for me down. I'm responsible for all these things. And if I continue going forward and I don't succeed, I screw everybody over. And that was the hardest battle I've ever done in myself. And what I had to do was I just had to reflect. It's like, okay, do we have all the systems and processes in place? Yep. Do we have all the tools that we need to do what we need to do and grow the company? Yep. Do we have the team? Yep. What's holding me back? And the next day, I came to the office and I said, team, we're blowing this thing up.
But during that time, you were doing very well. Like, so
It wasn't good enough.
You're constantly raising your standards for everyone.
Yes.
Talk to me about like how are you able to run such a good business and then have a great marriage with you and your wife?
My wife is involved in every decision. Me and my wife are super old school too. Like, we have the traditional roles. Like, I bring in the money, she stays at home, takes care of the kids. We want to homeschool, she takes care of the home. And I bring in the money. So she has her part, I do mine. But most importantly, the reason we have such good marriage is we communicate. We communicate our needs, what's bothering us. We just have such a good, we're best friends. We have the best relationship.
How has your life changed since you have kids?
I love my kids.
Yeah.
I love being a dad. That's the biggest achievement I've ever accomplished, is being a dad. Yeah.
What's the hardest part about being a dad?
Being away from them. Yeah. Like I was gonna go to Phoenix the other day to go to a pickleball tournament or whatever, and like the thought of being away, like not tucking my kid in at night, just don't want to do that.
You don't have to work. So the fact that you're doing this, like you're dangerous, man. Like you're doing this because you want to do it, not because you have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
No, me and my wife set goals. We want to have a house in Phoenix. We want to have a cabin up north. We want to have money. We want to retire. We want to be wealthy. We just want to live a very good life and never have to worry. And if I stay the way we are right now, I will have to work for the rest of my life. But if we grow it the way we want to grow it, I'm going to set us up.
I guess most people have like a very distorted view about money. Like how do you view money?
A tool. It's just a tool. It's a tool to have fun or a tool to grow.
I mean, prior to having money, I'm sure you didn't grow up rich.
No,
Not at all.
No, not at all.
By all means.
Mm-mm.
So what was your biggest battle about money? Like when not having it, on the process of having it, and now you have it.
Not spending it. You know what I've noticed? Like I reflect and I look back at when I was broke and I had my credit cards maxed out.
Yeah.
I bought so many things that weren't necessary and I didn't have the money to buy them. But I think I just wanted that gratification of like, oh, I got this new shiny thing. Like, oh, I feel better about myself because actually I'm miserable because I'm broke. So broke people spend money they don't have. Now that I have money, I in a great credit score, I can go buy whatever I want. But I don't, because I like having my money. I like having that.
It's liquid. It's there.
It's just comfort, right?
Yeah.
It's just comfort. Like I just like having it there if I need it. So, and I could spend it, but like I'm much more mature now and responsible with my money. To whereas my broke self, 6 years ago, I would have blown all of it.
This has been so inspiring, and I feel like a big lesson I've just taken, even though we didn't really talk about it, but was the fact that no one was holding your hand and saying, here's how you start a roofing company, but like you were YouTubing it. And I just think of anyone watching too, like I know a lot of people are thinking, what kind of business can I start? Where do I go from here? Like there's so many different options. You kind of just like chose one, you went all in, and because of that it's paid off, is what it seems.
Yeah.
I have a one last question, and then because I want to dig in to Phil.
Oh no.
If all your content was erased, your brand was erased, like any books, journals, anything was taken off, what's like one thing you can tell somebody to like just you take this and you'll be successful?
So it's mindset. It just goes back to mindset. Change your mindset. Quit thinking so small. Believe in yourself. Go big or go home. It all comes to mindset. You can learn a skill. You can learn how to do something. You can learn a trade. But unless you have the mindset to grow from it, you're going to stay small forever. So everything goes back to mindset when you're an entrepreneur. Like you flip houses and stuff, right? How many houses have you flipped?
Well, I don't flip houses anymore. I do more sales. I've done 42 sales this year.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you and Reed flip houses.
Yeah.
Why don't you blow that up?
Because I focus more on just sales this time, which I have blown it up this year.
Why haven't you done more though?
More of those. I haven't done more. I don't know.
Mindset. It's all mindset. Mindset applies to everything. Why don't you spend more time with your kids? Why don't you go on more dates with your wife? It's all mindset. You're not thinking about it, or you're not thinking big enough. And that really applies to business. And honestly, if my team didn't see me pushing myself constantly and pushing the company constantly and having that vision, they don't have anything to believe in either. But they see their boss and they see that, you know, he's trying to do everything that he possibly can, and he's got all these visions and dreams and goals and stuff like that, and they're helping me achieve those goals. it gives them something to work for too, instead of just a paycheck.
This has been so valuable.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
This is huge for me. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
thanks
so much for being on, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for
how
having me.
can someone contact you or get a hold of you? Like, how can they call you?
I mean, yeah, you can hit us up on Google, Facebook, Instagram, 520-576-3808. We're always available.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks, guys.
you.